folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Moments away, it'll be the Denver Nuggets going up against the Orlando Magic. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. Now the starting group for Orlando. Franz Wagner is out there with Russell. Then there's Black. Then it's Stevenson. And it's Delgado in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Nuggets, Chet Holmgren out there with Wright. Then it's Green. Then it's Roy. And it's Santiago in at the shooting guard. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blow-up. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
To the inside, Delgado. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And on the season, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
Black kicks to Wagner. And Fresh picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Wagner from long range. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Green against Wagner. Passes to Russell. Kicks it to Black. Back to Russell. 6 to shoot. Great tee that time from Green.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches in jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
Did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
Stevenson can't hit. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Thunder in Oklahoma. Out of the rafters, he punched it in!
Are you kidding me?
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Goes up on the high post. Nice jump shot. Good.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Outside, Green. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Santiago. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lets it go. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Green slams it in.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Black. He's covered by Roy. Black kicks to Stevenson. Over Santiago. That one off the back iron and out. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Stevenson outside. Cloak loose. And Fresh picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's a
Orlando trailing here. So on the floor for Orlando, Stevenson is out there with Black. Then it's Russell. Then there's Wagner. And it's Bolden in at the power forward. Stevenson passes to Wagner. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Wagner's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Magic. So it's Denver now. Over to the left wing. Holmgren kicks to Green. Back to Holmgren. And here's Roy. Boy, was he something else against Dallas. That shot off the mark. Here's Black. Pass to Stevenson. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Black. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Black's got it all tied up now for the Magic. Green left side. Shoots over Wagner. Oh, he misses the dunk.
And he's going to have a hard time shaking off that miss. Everything was going right. The dunk was lined up beautifully, but not to be.
And Fresh picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
Here is Russell. His last outing, he had 18 points. Driving the lane, Bolden. A miss that time, would have put him up.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
Holmgren can't hit.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Stevenson. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Roy. That one doesn't go. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Stevenson dishes to Russell. Here's Black. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wagner. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Wagner's got 7 points in the game. Nuggets trail. Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Greg, midway into this season, sometimes a team can get hot and turn it on. What are some of the causes of that?
You know, often teams can reach that tipping point with how they play. It all comes together in a hurry, and they make a run. But that's the exception, Kevin, not the rule.
Both free throws good from Green.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Fresh in the last game against Dallas played phenomenal. He ended up with 26 points, and he did most of that damage in 2 places, at the foul line and behind the arc. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Pass to Holmgren from outside the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Holmgren's got 7.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Here's Black. Coming off a 10-point game his last outing. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that, and his team is struggling as a result.
Here's Roy. Around the back and lays it in. Now it's a 5-point Denver lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Also with a wide open look. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Stevenson's got 3 assists in the game.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Holmgren wide open, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Fresh picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Here's Wagner. Green with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
A nice shot by Halliburton.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Magic moving the ball around. And there's the pass to Delgado. Here's Bolden. Shoots over Holmgren. Another miss by Orlando.
That miss was caused by the defense. They were all over him.
For 3, Roy gets it to go from beyond the arc. Roy's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They got to get a handle of this.
Ball against Roy. Ball passes to Delgado. And it's Denver with the rebound. Want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shots you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scorers on this team.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Green kicks to Holmgren. Great look, but off the mark.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And they continue to control the glass. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Pass to Hull. And it's Humphries with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 9. Halliburton right side. Back to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there. I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And I'll give this to Halliburton. He's been in attack mode all night.
Outside, Wall. Pass to Hudgens. His three-pointers off the mark.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Pass to Holland. Will it go? Connects from three-point range. Holland's got 12 in the game. And so it's Denver up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to
42.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to. Green is checked in for the Nuggets. They've got Holmgren. Also Green out there. White is out there with Roy. And Santiago in at the two. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Roy against Stevenson. Wagner outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Here's the pass to Holmgren. Down low. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks.
Roy. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Out to Russell. Shot clock at 5. Wagner from long range. And Wright pulls it down.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Black. Stevenson outside. This one for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Wright's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Roy passes to Green to the wing right side. Back to Holmgren. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Magic trail by 14. Stevenson passes to Delgado. Stevenson dishes to Black. Stevenson outside. And Wright pulls it down. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Denver. And then Roy with the jam.
Dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And the Magic making a change here. Ball's checked in. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Chet Holmgren.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Stevenson outside. Out to Russell. Ball against Roy. Back to Russell. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Nuggets leading by 16. This is it to Green. To the wing on the left. Here's Santiago. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Stevenson kicks to Black. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Holmgren with the steal. The feed to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Delgado. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Delgado's got 6 points. Nuggets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Ball against Roy. Pass to Green. Roy dishes to Wright. Pass to Roy. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Delgado. Delgado's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The Magic making a switch here. Hudgens is checked in.
Substitution on the court.
The Magic trail by 16. Here's Wall, and it's Wright sending it back. They get it back, and he recovers it. The tray, a nice shot by Black. Black's got his second bucket.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Pass to Hudgens. Takes it inside. The layup missed.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The shot's good from Roy.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Hudgens. He has 5. Here's Wall. Weber pulls it in. The Nuggets leading by 17. To the middle. Cuts off the pass. Wall passes to Russell. Back to Wall. He kicks it to Black.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Delgado. Guarded by Green. Clock at 6. The shot from 20 feet away. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. For Denver, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. It's Miles on the wing. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Kicks to Black. And a missed late.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, the rebounding battle tells the story. There's a big gap between them right now.
Here's Weber. It's deflected. Here's Hudgens. Defended by Miles. Right side Wall. Takes a three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Boy, good. Great play by Green to set it up. Roy's got 6 points in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The pass to Black. Outside Russell. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Halliburton. He's got 15. Makes it off the glass. Halliburton's got 17 now.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
No good. And so it's Denver taking a 19-point lead into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew.
Substitution on
And
the
let's
court.
get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
The Magic trail by 8. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Black. Wagner is out there with Russell. Then it's Stevenson. And it's Hudgens in at the 3 spot. Wagner kicks to Stevenson. A three-pointer is right on target. Stevenson's got 9 points now in just the second half. Passes it to Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for your Nuggets, Green, taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. The Magic making a switch here. Delgado's checked in. Good on the second, so he makes them both. The Magic trail by 7. Stevenson outside. It's Black in the corner. 6 to shoot. Wagner outside. Over Green. And the shot falls short this time. To the paint. Inside. Right. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Wright's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Black. Wagner outside. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Green taking his time here. Pass to Holmgren. Roy from outside. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Wagner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the left wing. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Stevenson outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul. Shooting for Orlando. Stevenson. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5. Falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
Boy passes to Green. He kicks to Holmgren. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. The Magic trail by 6. Up top, Stevenson. And it's slammed in by Stevenson.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the teammates.
Back to Roy. Takes the 3. Here's Holmgren. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Wagner. Out to the right wing. Deep 2 from Russell. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for Denver. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
At the line for Denver, Green. 2 shots.
Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back the pass to Wagner. Can't hit from 12, and that's an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for your Nuggets, Chet Holmgren. Taking 2 shots.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Make some noise for your one and only Nuggets dancing.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game. Fresh.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Here's Stevenson. Wagner outside. A second chance effort, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
That's his
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 5. There's 14 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
At the line for your Nuggets, Roy, taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
To the left side wing. Deep 2 from Russell. No good with the wing jumper. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group